Today we're going to take a look at a new tripod on the market that is called the Robus 5558. And this little guy is actually pretty awesome. I have kind of been in a pickle lately with tripods. I've been really kind of hesitant to recommend one to people because I've felt like the quality of a lot of tripods has gone down in recent years, specifically with ultralight travel tripods and even just lightweight tripods in general. Because I work at a photography school, see lots of students' tripods, and many students have brought me tripods, many more than usual have brought me tripods in the recent months that have broken for some reason or another. So I was really happy when Robus reached out and said, hey, we're trying to basically create a new, stronger tripod that's still lightweight, still really nice, and doesn't actually break the bank. Pretty excited about it. I want to take a look at this, talk a little bit about my experiences and what I like and what I don't like about it. So let's go ahead and dive in. First things first, I want to get some of the specs out of the way. Now, tripod specs in general are a little weird. I think the load factor of a tripod, or how much you can weigh it down with, is always a little bit blown out of proportion, and a lot of that depends on your tripod head as well. Some of the specs of this tripod are: the load capacity is 55 pounds. The maximum working height is 58.5 inches, and that's an important one we'll talk about in a minute. The minimum working height is 3.7 inches, also important, and we'll talk about that later in the review. The folded length is 22.5 inches, and the weight is 5.2 pounds, which is actually pretty light. Now, quickly, before I get into more on this review, I want to talk a little bit about the form factor. This is definitely not a lightweight backpacking tripod or anything like that. This is more burly than my usual tripod. I own a Gitzo tripod that's made of basalt from years and years and years ago, and I love it, and that's my main go-to. This is definitely a bigger tripod than that. This would be more good for car trips, things like that, maybe shooting in the studio. It's definitely got some heft to it. It's bigger, but it also is made of carbon fiber, so it's lightweight, which is awesome. And also, it has no center column, which I think is really actually nice. If you're a landscape photographer, or more importantly, a macro photographer, and you want to be able to get very, very low, tripods with a center column, a column right here, don't allow you to do that. And this tripod actually from the factory doesn't have a center column, which is really awesome. You can buy a center column for it if you need to raise it up, but I'm really against that because I think if you buy a tripod that's nice and hefty, raising a center column up to get it to the right height kind of defeats the whole purpose. You're basically attaching a monopod to your tripod and you're losing a lot of that stability. I really appreciated that. One of the most important things when considering a tripod for me is the maximum height. So when you're using a tripod, and this is kind of a general service announcement for those people in the world who hate their tripod, a lot of people hate their tripod because it's too stinking short. If you go to like Walmart or Best Buy and you buy the little crappy tripods they have there, usually their maximum height is like 4 feet. They don't go up very tall, and then you can raise the center column up to get them a little bit more, but either way, they're gonna be really short. When I'm picking out a new tripod, I need one that's gonna go up to my eye level without me having to bend over at all. And this tripod does that, and I'm about 5'11 and a half, almost 6 feet. I never quite made it, which is really sad. But anyway, I'm almost 6 feet, and it works great for me. You've got to think, you've got to add the tripod height on top of you've got the ball head or the head that you're using, you can add that to the height, and then you've got the height of the eyepiece above the camera, that adds to the height as well. If you add all those things up, I'm able to extend this tripod, walk right up to it, start shooting without having to bend over or anything like that. So I'm really a fan of that. Make sure that when you're considering a tripod, you make sure that the height is high enough for you. A couple other things, like I said, the center column's awesome. We can get very, very low and do that. This tripod also has a hook on the bottom, a really nice, rigid, big hook, and that hook lets me hang my camera bag. So being a landscape photographer and an astrophotographer, being able to weigh down and add some ballast to the tripod was really appreciated. And a lot of tripods have little chintzy hooks, plastic hooks, just hooks that aren't really as good. This one was really solid. I was able to hang my whole camera bag on it, which really made it a lot more stable when I was out there. The leg extensions of this tripod are the twist lock variety. So you actually untwist it and then you can pull out the leg, push it back in, tighten it. It has the new twist lock variety where you can actually turn all of them at once, and that lets you extend all the different leg sections. You can close them all at once and tighten them all at once. So it makes it a lot quicker. It also includes different feet for the tripod. So you can actually unscrew these little feet here, and you can put in spikes. It comes with spikes, it comes with different things like that. On the topic of what it comes with, it also comes with a bag, which I think is awesome. I like a little tripod bag when I'm carrying my tripod around. And the other thing that I really appreciated is for video shooters, this top plate up here, if you loosen this guy a little bit, you can actually take this top plate out, and that's got the hook on it and everything. You can take the top plate out, and it comes with a second top plate that actually has a concave kind of divot milled into it. And you can use that. That's the same radius as most fluid video heads. So you can actually put a leveling video head into this tripod and use these legs with your video head, which I was really thought that was pretty cool. I don't personally use a video head that often, but video people, I think you'd appreciate that. Also, these legs have these little pull-out tabs right here. We can pull that out. That lets one leg extend past the normal locking point. That's really nice for macro photography and when you're trying to get low. So overall, really well featured out, I would say. It's got a lot of features that I think are really valuable, a lot of things that help out a lot. My biggest concern though with this tripod and with all tripods, and something that I can't really speak to with Robus yet, is durability. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've seen a lot of tripods kind of break through the years, and it seems like they're breaking more and more as time goes on. And because I've only had this for a month, I can't speak to the long-term durability of the tripod, but from right now, it feels really well built. It feels good. It feels like it just was made really nicely. So I'm expecting it to last a long time. I'm expecting it to become my new kind of car trip tripod. I'll still use my Gitzo when I'm gonna go traveling on a plane, things like that. But overall, it feels really, really nice. So twist lock legs, it's made of carbon fiber, it's fairly lightweight, it's got a lot of things going to it for it. Only kind of downsides I would say are it's from a brand new company, so the durability and longevity, we don't know. What remains to be seen. And also the bag that it came with is not really that nice. So if I was really to say the two negatives, those would be them. I want to conclude by saying this. If you are a photographer who has a crappy tripod from Walmart or Best Buy or wherever you bought it, and you hate your tripod, it's not that all tripods are bad. It's that your tripod sucks. So keep that in mind, and if you hate a tripod, go buy a nice one. If you're a studio photographer, get something super hefty. If you travel a lot, get something super light. But there's a tripod for almost any type of photographer, and I think it's a really important accessory to have. So make sure you buy one if you are trying to be serious and you think that there's a need for a tripod in your life. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. You disliked it, hit the dislike button. If you have a question, comment, concern, whatever it is, leave it down in the comment section down below. And lastly, hit the subscribe button up there or down there in the corner to stay up to date with future videos. Also, special thanks to Canon. You guys are awesome. They donated these cameras or let us use these cameras for these videos, so they are a great channel sponsor, and we really like you, Canon. Lastly, we have a live stream coming up, or a live stream series coming up. First one is tomorrow night. Check it out. It's tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, or 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, one of those. There's a link in the description. Check that out. It's on astrophotography. It'll be me talking about how to take many astro images and stack them together into one. Thanks for watching.